The American Revolution was a time of great upheaval and change. In the late 18th century, 13 British colonies in North America rose up in defiance of their mother country, England. This wasn't just a simple act of rebellion. It was a revolution born from years of growing discontent and a desire for self-governance. The colonists, fueled by ideals of liberty and fueled by a belief in their right to chart their own destiny, took up arms against one of the most powerful empires the world had ever seen. This revolution, fought on battlefields across the American wilderness, would ultimately reshape the course of history. It wasn't just about taxes or tea, it was about fundamental human rights and the yearning for freedom. The 13 colonies, once scattered settlements clinging to the edge of a vast continent, would emerge from the fires of revolution as a new nation, the United States of America. To understand the American Revolution, we must first understand the grievances that fueled it. For years, the colonists had existed in a state of relative autonomy, governing their own affairs while remaining part of the vast British Empire. However, this balance began to shift in the years following the costly French and Indian War. In an attempt to replenish its coffers and exert greater control over its colonies, the British Parliament enacted a series of taxes on the American colonies. These taxes, which included the stamp resistance. Petitions were sent, boycotts were organized, and a spirit of defiance began to take root. The colonists, accustomed to a degree of self-governance, bristled under the heavy hand of British authority. This wasn't just about money, it was about principle. It was about the right to self-determination, the right to have a say in their own governance. It was this unwavering belief in their rights as Englishmen, ironically, that set them on the path towards independence. The simmering tensions between Great Britain and its American colonies finally boiled over on a crisp spring morning in April 1775. British troops, dispatched from Boston to seize colonial military supplies, clashed with colonial militia at Lexington and Concord, Massachusetts. These skirmishes, though brief and seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of war, marked a point of no return. The shots heard round the world, as they would come to be known, shattered the fragile peace and plunged the colonies into open rebellion. The battles of Lexington and Concord were not decisive military victories for either side. They were, however, a turning point in the relationship between Great Britain and its American colonies. The sight of British troops firing upon their own countrymen, the bloodshed on the fields of Lexington and Concord, ignited a firestorm of outrage across the colonies. The die was cast, and what began as a local uprising transformed into a full-fledged war for independence. As the fires of rebellion spread, a ragtag continental army was formed to oppose the might of the British Empire. Chosen to lead this untested army was a Virginia planter and veteran of the French and Indian War, George Washington. Washington, a man of unwavering character and quiet determination, would prove to be the indispensable man of the American Revolution. Washington's leadership was tested time and again throughout the long and arduous war. He faced defeats, endured hardships, and contended with a perpetually undersupplied and often mutinous army. Yet through it all, he remained a symbol of hope and resilience. He was not a brilliant tactician like Napoleon, nor a charismatic leader like Caesar. His strength lay in his unwavering belief in the cause of liberty and his ability to inspire the same in his men.